Hey, what's up YouTube, Asian Goomba? Today, I want to just explain, how should I say this? Like, how to really, determine if your deck is consistent enough. And there are, really three levels, in my opinion. There are, three levels of, consistency. So level 3, which is the lowest, would be let's just do level 1 is the lowest. That would be this a lot of problems with people are asking is my deck consistent enough in the given image, and then they really know people can really tell if your deck is consistent enough unless they really test it, and that takes quite a while. But anyway, here are three factors, and then I'll go into some examples about that. So the first level 1 of it would be to the being able to just draw cards from your deck to your hand by some sort of card effect via Upstart Goblin, Reckless Greed, and trade in cards of consonance, anything like that. Allure of Darkness, that's a really good popular one, and then also as well as Cardi, I think I said that. And yeah, so with drawing cards to your hand, essentially what you're doing is you're trying to thin your deck out, but doing it in the way so that how do I say it? You want to thin your deck out, but you're getting cards you need for combo pieces. Well, no, that wouldn't really. Well, actually, Potted Duality somewhat falls in this category because essentially you are really drawing just a card because you really have no option. Well, the part of that duality is the reason why it was created is to give Yu-Gi-Oh players options. You do have to give up your special summon that turn, any special summoning you want to do, but you're still sort of thinning out your deck, and you also get the fact that you get to shuffle it is also good. So yeah, drawing cards. So Pot of Duality / drawing cards. That's all in the same area. So thing with Reckless Greed, all the draw power cards have a downside. Reckless Greed's probably the best one to run. Otherwise, unless you're running something that runs Swift Scarecrow or Battle Fader, you want to run Cardi, because Cardi is you do have to give up your normal summon as well as essentially your battle phase, but it's still somewhat better than Reckless Greed. Reckless Greed, I mean, I prefer to run Cardi over Reckless. Cardi would go in any Stall Burn, obviously, and other stuff like that. Heretics, they can run Cardi because they're fast enough. They've got Swift Scarecrow, they've got Battle Fader. And Battle Fader really helps that because you tribute summon and then you just go tribute summon to Iset or something and then tribute for Sue and then just go off from there. So yeah, Battle Fader's good. So yeah, Cardi is a good option to run in Heretics or Heretic Rulers, whatever. So then level 2 of consistency would be to add cards from your deck to your hand. Most archetypes have some sort of way to search cards out. Hunders, the Thunder family, they have Thunder Seahorse. Six Samurai, they have Smoke Signal, they have Reinforcement. And for draw power, they also have United. But yeah, usually, unless your deck is extremely consistent, you're gonna want to go with the search power cards like Noble Knights. They need some sort of search power because they need a reinforcement of the Noble Knight, because E-heroes have emergency call, and they got rid of Stratos, which made heroes not as consistent, because it was at that level 2 add searching. So that's one of the reasons why it's gone. Yeah, heroes kind of lost that power. And then, yeah, so every deck really has some sort of searching. Otherwise, it's considered a rogue deck, according to Alex from Inch95. He says it is a rogue deck if you really have no way to, add cards, because it's not very consistent. So, let's see, something So Gladiator Beasts are not considered rogue decks. because they have Gladiator Proving Ground and they run 3 of those. So essentially, like, you can really just like change a game from that. So what doesn't have a? I can't really think right now. I think. See, like every deck has some sort of searching. I think Destiny Heroes, they only have that level 1 consistency. Because they don't have Stratos to just search out stuff, and they don't have like a reinforcement of the D hero or something. I don't know. So that's an example of a rogue deck in my opinion. So level 3 consistency, this is the highest, is to essentially special summon from the deck. So a lot of the decks these days, like all the meta decks, have something like this. So obviously you've got Rescue Rabbit and Evil Swarms. Then in Constellars, I'm actually not quite sure, but in Constellars they have Tenki, which is level 2 consistency, and they also have Sombre, which is basically good easy top deck, as well as like, and then they have you know what? I don't actually. Sometimes they run Pile of Dichotomy because all the Constellars are different types. But yeah, let's see what else. Like Six Samurai, they have Asceticism. Gladiator Beast obviously runs around special summoning from the deck, so it's really high level 3 consistency. And then back to Destiny Heroes, they actually have Mali, so Mali can just bandage itself and special summon another one. So they have a level 3 consistency, but if you don't open right, then you suck. So well, they do have Allure, which is level 1 consistency. But yeah, all the draw power. So now I want to bring up the topic of Mermails. So Mermails, they really have all they really need. Because first of all, they've got level 3 consistency, which would be to special summon from the deck. So sort of like they have Sphere. Yeah. And then it doesn't really matter because they have Gundy, they have Lindy, I don't even know how you pronounce it, but yeah, they have Lindy, they have Abistius to search, they have Megalo search out Sphere, and then Sphere into like Lindy pop, then special summon again. They have Squall, or Quall, I don't even remember, but Squall is the monster reborn times 3 basically, and then you just go Lindy plus 2 7s and make like Gaios or something, which is really good. And then also you got, so yeah, Mermails really have a lot. Then for level 2 consistency, they have what's his name, Tias, and then they also have Dragoons, and as well as and then also level 3, I actually forgot this, they have Diva. Sometimes they run Diva. So yeah, Mermails I think has really consistent. So this is really what builds a meta deck, like the consistency as well as the speed, as in special summoning. I'm not gonna run Pot of Duality and like Dragon Rulers, because Dragon Rulers, you know, they just go off. So this brings me to one of the reasons why Dragon Rulers were made a popular deck. So let's face it, okay, guys. So they have the draw power. They have Sacred Sword of 7 stars. So that was draw power. They also have all the big dad Dragon Rulers can search, which is level 2 consistency. And then they can also special summon from the deck when they still have the babies. They just special summon from the deck, and then when you banish them, then you add. So you got special. So you special summon, and then if you banish just special summon from the hand, then you're not losing any advantage. And then if they go into rank 7s like Big Eye, Draco Sack, then that's even more plus because Draco Sack can't be popped unless you have no tokens. And when you summon it, then it's got all the tokens. So yeah, that's basically how Dragon Rulers got so consistent. The reason, so meta, is the reason because it's so consistent. So yeah. So coming back to the original topic about should I add this, should I add that? So if your deck, try and go through it. So Hieratic Rulers is a great example of this format. Hieratic, they got the searching. They also have the sometimes people run Sacred Sword, but they don't level 1 consistency does not matter unless you have nothing above like 2 or something. So if you have like spell speed I'm thinking of spell speed consistency levels of like 2, which would be like the Hieratic thing, but Heretics are based around level 3 consistency, which which is the reason why it became such an OTK deck, where you just basically like it's all focused about level 3 consistency, special summoning from the deck. So you guys would probably say no, consistency like so consistency like level there should be like they'd be like okay the level 3 consistency should be something like this where you special summon from the graveyard, you're able to special summon. Now the thing with that is when I mean define consistency, I mean that you're able to thin your deck out so that you're able to like top deck Dark Hole when you need it, and then or like if you're playing Constellars, top deck like Sombre when you need it, top deck Kirkion for Evil Swarms, and then like and then for me, like playing Six Samurai, which is now my main deck, like all you really care about at that point is just top deck. Like you can't really do anything. You can top deck like okay, maybe top deck a double edge might work, but like because sometimes I run this where I can just go okay, make like a 5, okay, get like Elder and Kagemusha back, and then make like a Catastor or Armades or something, and XYZ for like, I don't know, Volcasaurus, pop something, inflict damage, then go for Gaia, which is absolutely amazing. But like, I like to run the rank 5 build, but, yeah, so you can't really some decks really don't have that consistency level of being able to top deck one card and basically win off of that. So yeah, I think, like I said, the 3 main choices for draw power, if you want to decide, are Karkardi, Reckless Greed, and Upstart Goblin. Upstart Goblin is probably one of the better decisions, because first of all, it's a spell, and then second, like, you're not really losing any advantage, you're just getting more cards in the graveyard, as well as, like, your opponent gaining 1,000 life points doesn't even really matter. So, yeah, take a look if your deck has all 3 of the consistency levels. You want more of 3 and 2 than anything. Like, the reason why Reckless Greed is at, like, is it still at 3, Upstart Goblins still at 3, Karkardi, is because they're level 1 consistency, and because they're not, like, the reason why Stratos probably got banned, or it was even put to 1, is because it's basically a first turn level 2 consistency. So, like, you top deck it, then go for Bubble Man and go off, like, you can make, like, Maestro to stall or whatever, Crazy Box, because it's a big thing. But, yeah, you can, like, the reason why is because Stratos, first of all, puts a monster on your field, as well as, like, searches out, so you just, like, top deck Stratos, and you can come back from that. So that's probably the reason why Stratos got banned. But, yeah, like I said, talking about consistency, you want to, like, if you don't have any, you want the most of the top, like, you want consisting levels of 3 and 2, because, it just really, like, it really depends on your deck, but, yeah, so, I hope you guys learned something from this video. Just wanted to let you know about, like, the consistency levels. In my opinion, I made that up, just to be honest, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, like as well, and I'll see you later. See ya.